Traditionally, I would now introduce a commencement speaker, but today we have something very special planned for you that will mark this occasion as one I think you will never forget. I would like to welcome Shiba Russell. Shiba is a graduate, magna cum laude from the College of Rochelle. She holds a master's degree in science, a master's of science degree from Northwestern University School of Journalism. She is a 7-time New York Emmy award-winning journalist who has covered breaking news stories across the country. And Shiba is actively involved in community organizations that provide educational opportunities for New York City's underserved students and is a mentor to young girls who aspire to become journalists. She is a woman of extraordinary talent, ambition, professionalism, grace, and beauty, and it is now my pleasure to welcome her home. Welcome, Shiba Russell. Thank you.
It's quite an emotional day for me, and for you. I've been sitting in my seat and I haven't been able to hold back the tears. First of all, I would like to say good morning, class of 2014. I am so proud of all of you today and so thrilled to be able to personally congratulate you, graduates of the College of New Rochelle. So I bring with me some good news today, which I don't get to do very often if you watch the news. My speech today will not be really long like most commencement speeches. So instead, CNR wants to switch things up just a little bit this year. I'm going to keep my speech to about 5 minutes, and then we are going to welcome the man of the hour, Mariano Rivera, for a one-on-one interview. You can see the chair set up right there on the other side of the stage. So the plan is to keep you awake and engaged. That means no drooling on the person next to you. You know who you are. No head nodding, you know, those slow, then quick, down. None of that. We want to keep you engaged, and we want you to remember this momentous day. I know that for each and every one of you, nearly 900 graduates sitting here today, getting here has not been easy, right? Life has turned into somewhat of a circus. You know, we juggle our work-study jobs, internships, with an endless amount of schoolwork. When does it end? And for some of you, I know that that juggling also entails a full-time job, children, grandchildren for some, and a spouse, who can be kids sometimes too, I know. But here's the question: would you truly appreciate your new degree, all of your hard work, if it were easy? We've heard the saying time and time again, nothing worth having should be easy. And you all are wonderful examples of how hard work pays off. You can. You can start from the bottom, as Drake says, and make something of yourself just by putting in the work and getting an education. It is what refines you all, separates you from the pack, an education. My father, who grew up in North Carolina during segregation, taught me that no matter what happens in your life, no one can ever take your education away from you. And he is one of the hardest working people I know. He graduated from Springfield College, earned a master's from Harvard, Yes, imagine growing up with that in your house. So I knew growing up that I needed to work hard in school, no excuses, take my classwork seriously, and never let the naysayers win. We all have defining moments in our life. Many times in our life, these moments come where we have to make a choice. We should either get on with life or allow that life-altering event to stop us from moving forward. I don't share this with many people, but I wanted to do that today with all of you here, because this is my home away from home. My mother left me and my father when I was around 4 years old, and I always had questions about her. Why did she leave? Was it my fault? I later came to learn that she was fighting her own personal demons, and it had nothing to do with me. But that experience at such a young age forced me to focus on the positive. I felt like my father never left my side. He even tried to do my hair one time, and really that didn't work out quite well. I remember it like yesterday. It was awful. We later formed a new family. I had a stepmother, still have a stepmom, from very young, who I call mom today, brothers and sisters. I grew up in a loving home and decided to focus on their love instead of her mistakes. I think everyone here today can agree that our day-to-day lives, every day, is not full of unicorns and rainbows. Bad things happen every day, right? But many successful people become successful by focusing on what's right, not what isn't. And the things we want to change, we find a way to change them instead of complaining about it. 3 years ago, I decided to move back to New York. I was living in Boston at the time. At that time, I felt something just churning in me, that there was more for me in TV news. And this is one thing I have learned time and time again. Your gut never steers you wrong. Listen to your gut. My world, however, is not just about work. It is also about being the best mother that I can be to my daughter, which is really important to me at every age that I see her grow up. So she is almost 10 now, 4th grade, and she just wrote a short paragraph for school on her personal hero and why they deserve a medal. So after all of these years and getting similar assignments, this is the first time that she picked me. The first time. I try not to cry because she just always thinks it's silly for me to cry. If I'm watching a TV show, I start crying. She just doesn't understand how adults cry when we're happy. But I have to tell you, I was very moved when she wrote this short paragraph. And kids, as you know, are just so simple with their words. So I want to read to you what she wrote, and here it is. It is pleasing to know that my mom is so hardworking. She uses her imagination to fix problems. Imagination. Her choice to use that word, imagination, was really surprising to me. I never looked at myself as having an imagination. I'm one of those people that when I go to see an apartment or a house and the person there says, you just have to imagine what it would look like when it's finished. I have never been able to do that, ever. Still, my daughter believes that I have an imagination, specifically when it comes to fixing problems. We do our best, right? Every day is a struggle. But you see, my daughter, kids in general, often make observations that we as adults are too busy to see. It takes imagination to juggle work with motherhood, to be a great listener after a long day at work, to help her with all of that homework. They're doing fractions and geometry in 4th grade. I am not smarter than a 4th grader. I now know that it also took a great imagination to say years ago that I wanted to be a broadcast journalist, to say it aloud and to make that dream happen. And everyone sitting here at Radio City Music Hall, of all places, home to the Rockettes, well, we all share in that imagination. You imagined a degree and you made it happen. Celebrate that all week, maybe all month, because May is coming to an end. The tricky part now is imagining the future, right? What comes next? Well, imagine this. Imagine never taking no for an answer. Imagine moving for a new job. Imagine perhaps going back to school for another degree. Asking for a promotion or a pay raise, or both. Bottom line, do not let fear get in your way. And don't let you get in your way. Continue to be fearless. Step out of your comfort zone every once in a while. And never, ever be scared of a challenge. I have learned that God always has a surprise waiting for you on the other side. Thank you, class of 2014. Congratulations again.